Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you are new. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into today's video. So in today's video, we're going to be doing some Christmassy gel X nails. And as you guys can see, I already have my peel off base coat fully applied. So the first thing that I'm going to go ahead and do is glue on these nail tips. And I'm going to be using this nail glue from Beetles to attach them. But before I do that, I did decide to use a little bit of acetone to give it a little bit of friction inside of the nail tip. But unfortunately, that really did not work. Like it kind of just made it cloudy. I kind of did this for nothing, but I did get recommended by one of you guys to try this, but unfortunately for my nail tips it didn't work. So as you guys can see, I did just switch over to a drill bit just to give it a little bit of friction. Now before gluing these on, of course, I did make sure to get rid of any excess dust, and this is what the inside is looking like. Next, I'm going to be using that nail glue to apply it to the inside of the nail tip, and I'm only going to be applying enough to cover my actual natural nail. And of course, I'm going to make sure to leave a little bit of excess. Now, I did get recommended by one of you guys to apply it further down and not put it so close to the cuticle area, because in my last video where I did gel X nails, I said that the cuticle area was super square for whatever reason. And I was like, I don't know why it's so square, but one of you guys said that these nail tips are supposed to be applied further down and not so close to the cuticle. So that is what I tried today. And as you can see, I'm making sure that there's no air bubbles before I go ahead and cure these, because once they're in there, you cannot get them out. So do be mindful of that. And once it's secure, I cured it for about 60 seconds. So before I go ahead and fill in that gap, I'm just going to kind of file the edge part of the cuticle area because it did kind of stick out and create a ledge. So I really wanted to make sure that this area was nice and smooth before I put anything on top of it. But unfortunately, the bit that I was using didn't really do anything, so I don't really know if this made a difference. So for this step, you might want to use a different drill bit than I did. Next, I'm going to go back in with that nail glue just to go over the entire surface of the nails and kind of correct the apex area. Now, I'm almost 100% certain that for this step, you might need like a builder gel, but I'm not really a gel kind of girl, so I probably don't have most of the products that you actually need for this. But if you are into gel X nails, I definitely recommend getting the correct products. And again, I do believe that you need a builder gel for this part. But of course, for all my gel X girlies out there, definitely do feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I honestly don't really know much about gel X, but I enjoy doing it because I feel like it's a learning experience for me, and every time I do it, I feel like I learn just a little bit more. But of course, do feel free to let me know if I am not getting something right, because I honestly don't know. So this is what it's looking like, and as you can see, I did kind of correct the apex area and just make it a little bit more round. So before I go ahead and file these, I'm just going to wipe off that sticky layer. And now I'm just going to go ahead and cut these down using my tip cutters. Next, I'm just going to cut these into an almond shape or a rough almond shape using my straight edge nail clippers. Now, if you are doing almond nails like me, I definitely do recommend using almond gel X nail tips, because trying to cut square nail tips into any different shape will kind of make the side profile look a little bit wonky. So do be mindful of that whenever you are trying to cut these into a different shape. And now I'm just going to go ahead and correct the shape using my 88 grit nail file. And now I'm going back in with a different carpet bit this time to fully get rid of that ledge that was created by the Gel X nail tip. I really wanted to make sure that the surface was completely smooth before I went over this with any type of gel polish. But because these are nail tips and the majority of the nail tip is pretty much smooth, I'm only going to focus on that ledge area. And just to finish off the shaping process, I'm just going to very quickly buff these nails. And I'm especially making sure to get rid of any shine because I want the gel polish to properly stick to these nails. So now we are on to the nail art for today. Now, as you guys can see, today is day 2 of my 5 days of Christmas nails. And this nail set was inspired by a nail set that I saw on Instagram. Now, I actually saw these a while back, and of course, these aren't like necessarily Christmas nails because obviously I saw them a long time ago, but they felt very Christmassy to me and I wanted to save it for this winter season. So the first thing I'm gonna start out by doing is creating a French tip on my pointer finger, my middle finger, and my ring finger. So for my pointer finger, I'm doing a fully black French tip, and for my middle finger and my ring finger, I'm doing a red French tip. I decided to go for the more like OG sort of Y2K inspired French tip with it being super round, but of course feel free to do this however you want. And for my pinky, I'm gonna go for a fully black nail. Next, I'm going to be using this Madam Glam chrome gel paint to create these sort of like antique vintage swirls on my pinky. And I also went ahead and did that on my pointer finger and my thumb. Now, I tried my absolute hardest to follow the reference photo for this area because I don't know how to do these swirls on my own, okay? But to be honest, like, I don't really think mine looked as good. Like, they weren't absolutely terrible, but they just weren't as good as the reference photo. But honestly, that's okay because, I don't know, I think it gives my nail set a little bit of character. I don't know. So for my middle finger and my ring finger, I'm going to be going in with a layer of top coat because I will be using some pearl powder on these two nails. And I'm going to make sure to cure this for only 30 seconds. So now I'm going to go in with my white pearl powder, and this is the exact same pearl powder that I used for my glazed donut nails. And honestly, I wish that when I did my glazed donut nails that it looked this good. But as you guys know, if you saw that video, I absolutely hated it. Like, it just did not look good at all. But today it actually came out nice, so I was a little surprised. So now I'm just picking out some of the charms that I'm going to be using, and to be honest, I spent a lot of time prepping for this nail set. As you guys can see, I have an entire section filled up with those little vintage vintage nail charms. So I don't really know what I'm going to do with the rest of them, but I'm definitely glad that I got them because they definitely do make this set, you know? I'm also going to be using some gold gems from my little beat up box. And as I said in a previous video, I am not going to go ahead and sort these out because it just takes too much time. And every time I sort them out, they get mixed up again because I am clumsy and I just drop everything. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start gluing on these nail charms. And of course, everything that I am using in today's video will be listed in my description box as always. So on my pointer finger and my ring finger, I definitely did take a few liberties. So in the reference photo on the pointer finger and ring finger, they had a collection of red and gold gems, but I personally don't have any large red gold gems. So I just used this red nail charm instead. And because there was a similar deal going on in the ring finger, I just decided to go for a cross, and I felt like I definitely liked it better with the cross instead of what they had in the reference photo. Now, usually when I am recreating a nail set, I kind of like to add my own little flair to it because I don't know, it just feels kind of weird to copy it like fully, like at least for me. I don't think there's anything wrong with anyone else doing it, but for me, I feel weird doing it. Now, for the last episode of this series, I definitely did not have it in me to think of something else because I was honestly so stressed out. That set was genuinely stressing me out, but it came out nice in the end and I didn't feel too bad because on the thumb, I kind of did my own thing. So I kind of threw in a little bit of me, so yeah. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and move on to my thumb, and as you can see, I'm going for the black French tip. And for my thumbnail, I definitely did improvise. I did look at the reference photo for the thumbnail, but I kind of just decided to do my own thing and see what I could come up with. Now, initially, I decided that I wanted to do more of that white pearl powder on my thumb because I just wanted some more shimmer, okay? Let's be honest. But this definitely did not turn out the way that I wanted. And as you can see, it literally makes it gray. And I thought that it would be more of a black with a white shine instead of literally just gray. So that really did not turn out the way I envisioned. And on my thumb, I also decided to go for the vintage sort of antique swirls. But instead of doing the gold, I went with a red instead. And honestly, at this point, I was like, yeah, I'm definitely not keeping this pearl powder because it looks not right. Like, it just does not go with the rest of the nail set. So you will definitely see me wipe this off after I go ahead and cure these swirls because I was just not feeling it. So after wiping off that powder, the last thing I'm going to do is glue on this nail charm. And now I'm going to go over everything with a single layer of top coat. And to finish off this nail set, I'm going to go in with a little bit of cuticle oil. And that completes today's set. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this one. This nail set honestly came out a lot better than I expected. Even though it is pretty intricate to look at, it was super simple and I had a lot of fun doing this nail set. As always, I would love to hear what you guys think of this nail set down in the comments. As I said before, I know this isn't a super Christmassy nail set, but the antique and vintage vibe with the red and the gold just made me think of Christmas. I don't know what it is. And of course, as I mentioned a little bit earlier on, definitely do let me know what you guys think of my Gel X and how I've kind of like improved over time. And of course, if you guys do have any tips and tricks on how to make your Gel X X look a little bit better, definitely do let me know that as well. I would really love to get more into Gel X and just gel in general, because honestly, acrylic can get kind of boring and it's kind of repetitive because I know how to work with it. So definitely let me know like what I can do better next time so that I can give you guys more gel nails. I really do love this nail set. Not only does it feel kind of Christmassy, but it also gives me vampy vibes, and I don't know, like that just really speaks to me. But as always, I want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in today, and I will see you guys in the next one.